Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back. Long time no see. It is yet again another week ready to talk about some news here as San Diego Comic-Con approaches. And with that, as you know, Tamashii Nations likes to do Tamashii news broadcast or whatever they want to call it. And they do this ahead of the event. I don't know why, but they like to do it. So we're going to talk about all this stuff a little earlier than they probably should be revealing it. Because, you know, it's nice to see things for the first time at the actual event like we used to. Probably trying to avoid leaks and whatnot. Although, seemingly that has unfortunately already happened. So we'll talk about that in a second here. But first, T Week. If there's anything you see here that you would like to go get on T Week on Premium Bandai, if you have access to it, go get it. It ends August 2nd. The coming soon has been rumored already kind of revealed, apparently to be the full power Frieza, but a battle damaged, battle scarred version with blood on it. Honestly, that just saves me money. I really have no issue with the current one I have. I haven't even gotten the third party one, to be honest with you. I would think about doing that at this point. It's like 30-40 bucks or something like that, and you can just get blood decals if you really want to do all that. I don't know that I need another full power Frieza that's going to cost me maybe around 80 to 100 bucks and has the same accessories, just blood on it, right? So we'll see if that's the case when they actually officially put a post about it, but I have seen the pictures of it being an ad. It's just, you know, without them actually posting it, hard to know for sure. Anyways, those are the other figures that are there and available for you to pre-order or buy if it's in stock. I believe Recomme's pre-orders do end August 2nd as well, so if you want that guy, get him, because I'm pretty sure once he is off of pre-orders, you know, and he releases, his price is going to hit sky high essentially, because, you know, people want the Indie Force, maybe not that version of a battle damage Recomme, even though he's cool. His demand will go up eventually. Fighter of Rage, if you can snag him, get him. If you got to get the aftermarket, be smart about it. Don't waste your money on a really high aftermarket price. At least be negotiable. I think a good rate for it, if you had to get one on the aftermarket, like maybe 110, 120, you know, the 160s, 170s is kind of crazy, considering I'm confident this is not the last time Tamashii will use this mold. In some way or fashion, it will return, probably a little different, obviously, for like Buu Saga or Dragon Ball Super, given that that's about to come back. So there's options. Now, before we get into all of the reveals here from the Tamashii Nations News Network stream, I'm going to talk about this first because this is what leaked. Well, not really. I mean, it's on their channel. They posted it early, not a user from anywhere else, right? So this is the My Hero Academia reveal that they were going to showcase later, but here it is. So I'm going to show it before it randomly just phases out of my tab. So Dark Deku. Honestly, thing looks awesome. You know, it's probably what more people wanted versus the overlay Deku. And honestly, the overlay Deku, it has its issues. I will not lie. I got that thing, and while I do enjoy the figure, it feels like you have to fight to get that full butterfly joint motion. And on top of that, the face to head sculpts, right? I don't really know what happened there, right? It is fixable, I've seen, but still a little weird, right? I will 100% be buying this thing in any way, shape, or form. It has to happen because this thing looks incredible. I do want to see some good effects for him besides the little black whip tendrils. I want to see him actually have like ones that he can use to swing with and all that stuff, unless these pop out the back and you can use them differently. If it's just the same kind of connection piece that the overlay Deku has, then yeah, I think it could be a little different. But again, I mean, it's literally like a manga to figure, animated figure kind of exact replica, right? And also talking about, where is it at? This head sculpt, beautiful. I love the way it looks. So far, the face printing, right? Like, this is a promo for it until we see the real thing, actual promos, in-person shots of the figure, which I think we'll see at San Diego Comic-Con, if I recall. you know, they will get a little bit of a better judgment of it, but it does look nice. I do want to see maybe another kit for some of his other quirks. Back in, I don't even know what year that was, but it was a while ago. At a display, they just made up effect pieces and little parts to showcase some of his quirks. I feel like if they dedicated and actually made a full quirk set kit for him, it would be raw. I would love to see it. But anyways, yeah, so that's the Dark Deku. This video is no longer presented on the Bandai Spirits Global channel. You'll probably still find it, you know, elsewhere, here. I mean, but yeah, once I close this tab, the video is gone. You know, it's deleted. I was lucky enough to keep the tab open before making this video. So there you go. One last go around of it, showcasing the figure and everything, and the, you know, accessories that they have presented. And it does look like he'll have some nice head articulation if that's the case right there with that big ass freaking head. That's nice for me, as long as he has good range, because something like that with the, you know, this part of it, just, I was kind of worried when I saw it the first time. But with that being said, let's talk about some of this other stuff here. So JJK, let's talk about JJK first. Chozo has been confirmed and further details are coming soon. I'm not the biggest Chozo fan, but it is nice to see everybody get what they want, because most certainly what we have been missing out on is enemy characters from this line. We have Gato, we have Sukuna, but really virtually nobody else. Now, Chozo, if you've watched the anime, you've read the manga, he has banded to our cause, right? He is no longer just an enemy. But in season 2, that boy was chopping it up, okay? So it was nice to have. I would like to see a Kento Nanami maybe, just for what we're about to talk about here in a second, because I thought maybe that was going to be the next one revealed, if not Maki. But it totally blew me through surprise what we got next here. But I do want to show his accessories for Chozo. You can see he gets the blood arm, and if we go here, he gets the blood piercing effect there. And then in general, for the rest of his accessories, it's this knife, the two hands clasped together, and then some hands, and then a total of 4 alternate expressions. Now, the figure itself, as far as the design goes, I do agree with a lot of people that it feels like the folds of the pants and the arms on the white sections is a little flat. Like it could be more detailed, just to make it, I don't know, more prominent. But I don't know. I have to check my Toji and see if he has the same thing, because I feel like the Toji kind of was similar. But yeah, maybe it's just because it's the coloring of it is just way more noticeable that it seems super flat. There's not like shading on it or anything, right? And that's just from the initial promo shot. That can change, but that's kind of the takeaway I've heard a lot of people have, other than, oh, why is it not soft goods? It would have looked better with soft goods. As long as they use good quality material for elasticity in this section, it'll be fine. I mean, I look back at Gato, and Gato's worst problem was those freaking strings on his shoulder. That was like the biggest issue I had with him. Great posing, great articulation, in my opinion, for such a big design with all the folds and the whole skirt piece and everything. I do think that they have it down. Now, as long as it's soft material and all that stuff and it's pretty flexible, it's not preventing him from getting an actual ab crunch in, you know, in a full 90-degree bend and full kick up and all that stuff with the legs, it's fine. Although I'm sure there will be somebody out there to replace it with soft goods anyway, so we'll definitely see what that looks like. But anyways, that's Chozo. We're gonna jump on up here to the next one. We're gonna go a little out of order because I want to talk about JJK first. So we got Mahito. Totally wasn't expecting that, just because I feel like after so long, you know, it's hard to believe that they'd actually drop a Mahito this late in the game when is non-existent at this point. I think unless you watch, if you're reading the Modulo JJK series or whatever, the short one, I think that's the last time he appeared in there. But yeah, bro's been out the game since season 2. So yeah, this is pretty cool. I see a lot of people commenting about the whole, you know, ab crunch situation. I really don't think that they would drop this guy with no ab crunch. I mean, it's probably a whole body sculpted underneath. if they continue to use the kind of method they've done for most of the JJK line, then yeah, I don't see a problem there. However, again, I see people probably wanting to swap this whole soft plastic or plastic top off with some soft goods to make it flow a lot better and just look a lot better. I will give them props for not just making the design like all entirely part of the articulation, because I think that would have looked weirder. So this is the better move. Now, yeah, I don't know when we'll see any other details on him as far as like promo pics for the accessories and whatnot. We'll be curious to see what he comes with. And also, yeah, it would be way too crazy for them not to have a fully sculpted body underneath, if not an optional part for him to be shirtless, because yeah, why not? You know what I mean? Just give him all he needs, because you're not going to make another Mahito figure anytime soon. I would rather you put it all in there at the same time if possible. Yeah, anyways, let's jump into One Piece here. So as you can see from the silhouette, it did end up being Shanks from the Marineford saga. This is what he looked like. We'll get into a little bit more closer pictures. Looking at here, I'm gonna skip that and we'll come back to it. I'm going a little out of order here because, as you know, I like One Piece more. Now, look at this boy Shanks. Look at that neck definition. That thing is crazy, bro. Now, if you collect One Piece figures, you're probably familiar with the Variable Action Heroes line. That's where I think they got the, was it the Fourth Gear Bound Man? I think it's the Bound Man one recently. And they also had a Shanks. They had a 2.0 Shanks actually that just released, I think, last year. I have that one. And it probably really the only difference is going to be like really in the size and of course some of the articulation, but I do think you can tell a lot of it looks pretty similar to each other. I think the legs obviously are going to have a little bit more better articulation, maybe. There's definitely a different design there for it. Now, as you see here on the screen, not just talking about Shanks, there was 3 wanted posters there. Now, if we're going to allude to the things that they've already teased and still try to fit it in with the concept of the wanted poster, it would make sense for Whitebeard obviously to be one of these. They could do another Blackbeard, but I really don't think they want to do another Blackbeard. I just feel like it'd be unnecessary at this point, unless they throw in some like cool effects with him, because that was my issue with the last one they dropped. The other two, in my opinion, it would just make more sense if they knock out some more Warlords of the Sea. You already have Crocodile, you have Boa, you have what's it called, Mihawk. Like, just drop some other ones. Let's get freaking Doflamingo done and out the way. Let's get Kuma, let's get Jinbei. Like, let's get some of these guys done, because there's a lot to still cover, and I don't know how fast they're gonna randomly swap back, either to finish, I mean, I don't want to say finish, but either go to current stuff like the Elbaf with maybe another Gear 5 Luffy in that fit, or even any of those other characters that are appearing in there, right? Like, I don't know how quick they'll jump to that. So I would like to see them get some of these characters done that way, so if they have to jump up, they can at least still do releases side by side for old and new stuff. Like, I would like to see a Trafalgar Law with a Luffy versus that Doflamingo, right? Because that shit would be fire. Now, besides the wanted posters, also, like I say, they could put Buggy in here if they wanted to, I guess. But besides that, I do think an Aka Inu is going to come, as much as I don't want it to. It's going to come. And I feel like, you know, they're going to throw in that freaking accessory for my boy here, right? It's going to be a nice, fun accessory. It's going to make everybody laugh. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, yeah, that's the One Piece line so far. Really hope that they show Whitebeard, or at least just, you know, give us the details on him when he's going to drop for pre-order, because that one I'm already trying to anticipate where I'm going to put dude at, plus how much money he's going to cost, because he 100% is not going to cost anything under like 120, bro. That dude is going to be a big one. You know, Marco, you thought Marco was a lot. Let's see how much Whitebeard costs, okay? Anyways, hopping back off, because that's all that there is from the One Piece line so far as an official reveal. We could get more. Now, there is some Berserk stuff here. This was the latest one that they revealed. Berserker Armor Heat of Passion battle version, so it's got like blood all over it, looks like, I guess. I don't really know too much about Berserk. Kind of worried if I get into it, I'm gonna like be emotionally devastated. He does come with some other effect pieces. I don't know if it's better to show it on here or let's see, because it might be bigger if you see it on here. Pause. We'll talk about that in a sec too. But yeah, there is the little tiny effect pieces that they're throwing in. I don't know what will change between this one and the other one. I see some people asking if the articulation will be changed, maybe like in the shoulder areas and whatnot. I don't think so. I don't think that they're going to change too much about the actual mold of this body other than the colors. Not colors, the, you know, little battle scar parts of it, and then the additional accessories. And then they're teasing this femto, as people call them. And I've seen some things, but I'm not going to talk about it because I don't know too much about it. But at the same time, I've heard it's pretty devastating stuff if you've seen what it is. But this looks freaking raw. I wanted to get the initial Berserker armor just because of how dope it looked. I'll have to settle for this one and get this because it looks fucking dope. And yeah, maybe the other one will come down in price a little bit too. I don't know. We'll see. The aftermarket's killing me in some of these, bro. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. Let's see. Did it say? Pre-orders open July 24th, so be prepared. It's on Premium Bandai in Japan, so I think it's regular release in the States. Yeah, look, it's gonna cost a lot of money, bro. All this stuff is gonna drain my wallet. Hunter x Hunter, so I don't really know too much about this either, but for anybody that's into it, Phantom Troop Trollo, more details coming soon. I was praying we would get some new anime teaser, you know, like Black Clover. Any Black Clover fans out there, let me know. I would love to see Asta and Yami like as the first drops in a line, because that would be freaking raw. But maybe I'll have to wait until Jump Festa. Yeah, maybe they do have something planned, because the anime is making its comeback. Now, Demon Slayer. Unfortunately, they put further details were revealed in autumn 2026. Now, autumn technically is not that far away, but I mean, that's like what, 2-3 months away as far as the season goes, if they're sticking to like the dates. Yeah, I don't really want to wait that long to see more details on him, but at least they revealed the figure, right? I forget what the dude Inosuke, right? Like Inosuke we knew about for some time, and they took their time revealing that one too. But Tengen, he looks pretty cool here. I do still want a moves on figure above all else. I don't necessarily really need all the demon slayers. You know, I would like to have a villain, an enemy. And I have the Buzzmon Akaza still, and that one's pretty cool. But I need more. And I need a Muzan, whether that's season 1 Muzan with the Michael Jackson fit, or whatever else he got going on design-wise in his later appearances. Like, I need something. I need one of them. Yeah, I agree with your comment here. What is the point of posting this and asking us to wait till autumn just for the details? Yeah, it feels like a slap in the face sometimes, you know, because I genuinely wonder why reveal something if you don't have the intention to put it up for pre-orders within at least 1 to 3 months. And if he goes up for pre-order those 3 months from now or so, that's fine. The licensor approval, you know, I feel like, I don't know if there's a way we can minimize that time frame from reveal to pre-order to release, because a lot of the times I feel like if you reveal something, I'm expecting that same figure most of the time to come out the same year, but oftentimes not. It's end up like 6 to 8 months later, you know what I mean, from the initial time after the pre-orders are up, and then you're in 2027, then you're in 2028, then you're in 2029, you know what I mean? Like it can get a little annoying, I will say that. Brand new day, we already know about this. It's probably one of the faster releases I've seen for a figure, that's for sure. Again, this is reuse, so it's not necessarily all new. It's just adding some new details, little, you know, different spider on the chest, different accessory here for the wrist with his web shooters, and then for the Hulk, it's just really a recolor with new head sculpts, which, pending the movie, I feel like we may need to get another Hulk, because if it's not what I think it is here and it's something else, which we've all been talking about, I don't want to spoil it for people. Yeah, we need another Hulk, I will say that. Also, Doomsday trailer just dropped. We better get some Doomsday figures, bro. I don't want to wait till 2029, 2030 to get some figures. I don't want to have to wait 4 years post-release of a film to get some damn action figures like we had to wait for Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, that was its whole own situation, but still, we need to see some figures for them things like the same year, meaning December. There should be some reveals lined up and all ready to go for 2027. Ghost in the Shell. Don't know too much about Ghost in the Shell, I'll be entirely honest with you, but this looks pretty cool. May have to look into that. Also, can we talk about, is this double jointed knees, bro? A lot of these female characters getting these double jointed knees, and it bugs me on which ones they choose to do it for and which ones they choose not to do it for. You know what I mean? Like Boa Hancock, for example, it kind of made me mad because I was like, okay, Boa Hancock, he got double jointed everything. What are we doing with like Nami? I believe even, I want to say Robin got a pretty good body too for it. So it makes me a little upset, you know, sometimes, but we'll move on. Anyways, that's pretty much it. There's nothing else to talk about yet. San Diego Comic-Con is soon here, which we will see some stuff on display. Hopefully maybe some more details. Unfortunately, we got to wait for him to get more details. There was nothing more about the Gamerverse stuff, unfortunately, for that line, other than, you know, that Psylocke's coming. I have heard some rumors about the next one, that it could be Venom. That's cool. That's cool. I won't lie, it's cool. Would love to see a Doctor Doom, a Thanos, maybe any other villain that's in there, you know, Magneto or something. Yeah, we'll see. The figures have been pretty cool so far, though, you know, pending specific design choices, but most of them have been pretty cool. Anyways, it's been nice chatting. We'll see what else happens here with the figure space here in the next few days. If anything changes, I'll make a post about it. But with that being said, nice chatting. Catch you in the next video. Peace.